Tonight from Toronto, the Red Sox can make it back-to-back sweeps. It's Game 3 against the Blue Jays, with Rick Porcello taking the ball, looking to pitch the Sox to a 7th consecutive win. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Baseball Indoors here at Rogers Center. I'm Dave O'Brien. My partner, Steve Lyons. Garen Austin right around the corner. Rick Porcello, last time out, Steve, was absolutely magical. A complete game one-hitter against the Yankees and nearly an immaculate inning, too.
Yeah, we've seen him pitch like this before. Cy Young Award in 2016. But this inning against the Yankees in the 5th inning and that masterful pitching performance that he did against them was unbelievable. This is Torres, and he's just going to abuse him with breaking balls. Jelly-legged him with that first curveball right there. Then a little bit of a cut fastball away from him. There's a lot of movement. And then another breaking ball up top. Swings through it. 3 straight strikes. And then Bird comes up. Another little cutter right there, down and into Bird. Next pitch, big breaking ball. He's way out in front of it, can't hit it. And guess what? Sit down on a little changeup down and away. That's 6 pitches, 6 strikes, 2 outs. And then he gets the first pitch called strike to Andujar. Next pitch, he pops up into center field. He threw 8 pitches, every one of them strikes. He had the chance for the immaculate inning, but he didn't need that final strike.
Yeah, we were counting them down as they were going oh so close there, but what a performance by Rick Porcello. He said later, yeah, probably the best game of his outstanding career. The Red Sox are going for the sweep against the Toronto Blue Jays. Here's another number for you. They are 20-4 on getaway days in the season of astonishing numbers for the Boston Red Sox, trying to make it 3 straight here in Canada. Dunkin' Donuts, America runs on Dunkin'. Citizens Bank, visit citizensbank.com. Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% on car insurance. By Southwest Airlines, low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency. Old Dominion, the official freight carrier of Major League Baseball and the Red Sox. And by Amica Home Life and Auto Insurance that always puts you first. Very nice day, warm here in Toronto. Red Sox taking on the Blue Jays in the finale of the series. Time to go down to field level and Garen Austin. Garen, we're closing in on a sale day coming up.
That's right, OB. Great news today. Chris Sale threw a bullpen. He feels great, and he's prepared to make his start on Sunday. And he said in the long run, maybe missing these past 2 starts could be beneficial.
Doing a lot of work the last week or so. Got off the mound today, threw right around 50 pitches. Felt good, so we're getting ready for Sunday.
And Alex Cora said his bullpen today was more aggressive than normal. And actually, OB, they said they asked Mitch Moreland to step in. He said, no, I'm good.
Smart hitter. Yeah, stay away from that. Saw Chris briefly in clubhouse today. He already looks like he is game ready, and it's been long enough for him to be off the mound. He's dying to get back on it.
Yeah, it's been way too long for him. He likes to be in the middle of the action, and he's going to get a chance to do that on Sunday.
Well, Blue Jays taking the field here. They're trying to stave off a 3-game sweep against the Boston Red Sox, who've been rolling along like a freight train. Here's a look at the lineup tonight, brought to you by Toyota's website for deals, buyatoyota.com. Mookie Betts in right field, Andrew Benintendi in left, Steve Pearce back in there against the left-hander. He is at first base. JD Martinez is the DH. Xander Bogaerts at short. Eduardo Nunez will be at third base with Brock Holt at second, Sandy Leon doing the catching, and Jackie Bradley will be in center field hitting ninth. Against the left-hander Ryan Borucki, he is 1-2, an ERA of 2.30, just 23 years old. He's coming off his first major league victory.
All right, let's check out the defense for the Blue Jays tonight. Around the infield, Solarte at third, Diaz at short, Travis at second base, Justin Smoke at first. In the outfield, left to right, Hernandez, Pilar, and Grichuk. And the battery for this evening's game, Russell Martin will do the catching, Borucki will do the pitching.
Here are your umps tonight, brought to you by Toyota's website for deals, buyatoyota.com. Gabe Morales is behind the plate. Jerry Meals, Ed Hickox, and Ramon DeJesus are on the bases tonight. We're available. This telecast can be heard in Spanish by selecting the SAP button on your TV remote. SAP presented by Toyota. Visit Copper2Toyota.com to see Toyota deals not seen on TV. Roof is closed here tonight. And Alex Cora's team is gunning for win number 82 right now, 81-34. The 81 wins are the most ever through the Red Sox first 115 games of a season, and they are 25-5 in the last 30. And Mookie Betts will start it off tonight against the lefty. 340, 26 home runs for Mookie, and 22 stolen bases. First one in there for a strike, and we're underway. So the Sox going for another sweep. They've racked up 11 of them.
Borucki's best pitch is his changeup. The fastball is going to hang right around 91, 92. The changeup is his equalizer.
That's through the hole for a base hit. Mookie pulling a single between Solarte and Diaz, and a quick start for the Red Sox tonight.
There is that changeup, but guess what? You know, changeups just don't fool Mookie. He's as good as I've ever seen as a guy that rarely gets out on his front foot when a guy throws him a changeup. It's not a good weapon against him, as evidence right there with a base hit.
Benintendi 305, 14 homers. He's driven home 67. He has had an excellent series here. First one will be ball one. 2 doubles, an RBI, 2 walks last night. He's been on base 8 times the first 2 games of the series.
I like to call that a lot of noise over there in the box score next to his name. For the last 2 nights, he's done nothing but get on base.
In fact, he and Mookie Betts and JD Martinez have combined to reach base 19 times in the first 2 games.
Jeez.
Red Sox have scored 10 runs in each of the first 2, and in first strike.
It's a great take right there by Benny too. It was a ball away from him. He's in the driver's seat as a hitter. It wasn't a good pitch for him to hit, so he didn't swing at it. You can get over anxious in a situation like that, and he rarely does.
Steve Pearce on deck. And a chopper over the hill. Here comes Diaz. The shortstop will throw on close and safe at first. Benintendi beats it first and second. Nobody out on the base hit.
Benny showing you one of the other attributes with 20 stolen bases, getting down that line out of the left-handed hitter's batter's box, and he definitely beat it out. Once it got up over the head of the pitcher, he could smell a hit.
Steve, it's a great separator with the Red Sox. Speed, athleticism. We saw it in the Yankee series, the difference between the two clubs. So much of it came down to that.
Absolutely. Look at those first two guys, both with over 20 stolen bases. You look at teams that don't have that many.
Pierce popping that one up on the first pitch. Smoke coming over, and the first baseman will make the play in foul territory. And a former Toronto Blue Jay, and very recently pops up, one gone, and Martinez will be next. JD coming off another big night. 3 for 4 with an RBI. After going 3 for 5, 4 RBI in game 1. This is where Mookie Betts has to get going, because JD Martinez has closed the gap for the batting lead in the American League. JD is now second behind Mookie Betts by 8 points. And of course Martinez leads in the other 2 Triple Crown categories already. 34 homers, 98 runs batted in.
And you know, those guys talk about it, not in the sense that, wow, we are leading the league in hitting, but you know, JD's needling him every once in a while, saying, I'm coming after you, I'm gonna get you. They could care less what they're hitting. He just wants to make sure he gets closer.
High fly ball into right field. Grichuk is under this one. Betts back to second. He takes off for third on the catch, and he'll be safely into third base with 2 down. So first and third for Xander Bogaerts next.
Oh, hopefully Xander can do something here, or you'd have to look at this inning like a lost opportunity. First and second, nobody out. Now first and third with 2.
And he had a nice night last night. He drove in 3 runs, and he had the opposite field double. I think that made him hopeful that that hand is going to bounce back. 274, 16 home runs. He's driven in 68 now. And Borucki's first one. Ball 1. Red Sox have absolutely had their way with Toronto. They have won 12 out of 15 head to head. Red Sox heading out of town tonight. About to fly to Baltimore for 4 games against the Orioles, including a doubleheader. 2-0. And yeah, there is some rain in the forecast in Baltimore.
Big surprise.
There always is in the summertime.
I think it's a change up when it's a sunny day, right?
Feels that way. Here's the 2-0. He's gone to ball 3. Nunez would be next.
Benny won't be going anywhere right now, but if the count changes a little bit, could look for him to maybe run, but not on a 3-0 count.
Holding, and that's going to be ball 4 and load up the bases, which has been a consistent theme throughout this series. Constantly the Red Sox loading him up. All filled up now for Nunez. 2 base hits and a walk, and Eduardo looking to do damage now. Checking in at 259, 6 home runs. He's at third base tonight. Devers has the evening off.
It's kind of the situation we saw the other night when JD was up there and they made a mistake and he hit it into the seats for a 3-run homer. I don't think Borucki really wanted to throw to Bogaerts. I think he would rather throw to Nunez, even if he loaded the bases to do it.
He takes the first one. Eduardo with a single last night, 1 for 5. I think that goes back to what John Gibbons was talking about, the manager of the Blue Jays. They fear Xander Bogaerts as much as anybody on the Red Sox team.
Because he's killed them.
All filled up here in the top of the first inning. And Borucki with the 0-1.
Shouldn't be that surprising, but last night the Red Sox had the bases loaded 3 different times. Tonight already in the first. relentless offense.
Betts, Benintendi, and Bogarts all filled up. Here's the 1-1. Now, Borucki did face the Red Sox at Fenway in the middle of July, and the Red Sox knocked him all over the place. He was around for only 3 innings. He gave up 7 runs on 8 hits, and he walked 4 men.
And think of it, look at his ERA now, which is excellent. That was easily his worst outing. He's one of the bright young spots on this team.
Young is right. He looks like he's about 16.
Yeah, 23, right?
Here's the 1-2. Big swing. Just got a piece of it. 93 miles an hour. And these are his numbers since that awful start against the Sox. So he's been pretty darn good. He's coming off an outstanding outing against Seattle, in which he went 8 innings. Got the win 7-2.
No Ernie's in that one.
Line shot. Right field. Mookie Betts in to score. Benintendi right behind him. He will score. The throw is cut. Down to third. Bogarts 2-0 Boston. That did not take long.
That is a beautiful thing right there. Excellent piece of hitting by Nunez right there. Like, I really think they pitched around Bogey to get to Nunez. He made it hurt. This inning could have gone for naught if he doesn't come up with the big hit right there. And guess what? Change up away. Nunez hangs right with it. Watch him go the other way. Just flips his bat out there. Gets it down the line. Grichuk had a little trouble with it, but he wasn't going to throw out Benintendi at the plate anyway. 2-0 Boston already.
Third hit in the inning. That'll send up Brock Holt at 253, trying to fight his way out of a slump. And he'll ground that one to the second baseman Travis. He gobbles and gets him to retire the side. But the Red Sox, a quick strike club all season long, do it again. 2-0 after a half inning of play. And Grichuk. Solarte is at third base with Hernandez in left. Russell Martin doing the catching, followed by Diaz and Pilar. Taking on a Red Sox starter presented by New England Audi dealers. Rick Porcello, 14 wins, 4 losses, a 3.84 ERA. And on Friday, he beat the Yankees in one of the great performances of his career.
Just brilliant. He had a wicked curveball that day. His changeup was excellent.
Complete game, 1 hitter, didn't walk anybody. He struck out 9. He goes to 3-0 on Granderson. Red Sox up 2-0 in a heartbeat.
Curtis Granderson kind of winding down a pretty nice career, isn't he?
Well, I should say so. Now 37 years old. Native of Chicago. A lot of big power numbers in his career. That's going to be ball 4. So Granderson is on.
Check in on the Red Sox defense, brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Nunez back to third base tonight. Bogey at short. Brockholt plays second base. Steve Pearce in the lineup now against the left-hander at first. And in the outfield, Benintendi, Bradley Jr., and Betts. Tonight, Sandy Leone will be catching Rick Porcello.
Travis 245. 5 for 21 lifetime against Rick Porcello. Yankees are at Texas tonight. They're scoreless in the first inning. Sox leading by 9 full games. It's actually Texas at New York. Justin Smoke on deck. And a 1-0. He popped him up, but that'll twist foul back out of play. Porcello would probably be talked about as a more serious Cy Young candidate right now, if not for the July 13th performance against Toronto, a rare off night for him. He lasted only 2 innings, gave up 8 runs, and he walked 4 men.
Yeah, his ERA against the Blue Jays this season is over 7.
In his other 11 starts since the 29th of May, he's 8-1 with an ERA of 3.03.
What are you saying? A guy can't have a bad outing? Come on.
I'm saying that was the bad outing. And a runner at first, nobody out, and the 2-1.
Devin Travis, one of the rare hitters who hit a home run in his very first game. Did it against the New York Yankees in 2015. You got to think you have the world by the tail when you do something like that, right?
I mean, not to make fun of it, but I mean, don't you just run down the tunnel and say, that's it, I'm done? It's going to be ball 4, and he already is not happy with the home plate umpire. Gabe Morales, back-to-back walks here. He puts on Travis right after Granderson.
Porcello won't say much, but he will walk down towards the home plate umpire. There he says, well, where's the pitch? And then turn around and come back. Ball could have gone either way.
Well, Morales said no, that'll bring up Smoke. 260, 18 homers. And their hottest hitter right now on a 12-game hitting streak. And the first one in there for a strike as he tosses up the curve.
Smoke does have a home run in this 3-game series. Came off of Kimbrel.
Only had 3 hits last night. Well, one fouled off himself. Quickly, 0-2.
Well, there's back-to-back breaking balls there, and it looks OB like he has a lot of confidence in that breaking ball again. He's having trouble finding the strike zone with everything else. He might lean on that curveball quite a bit.
Having a little early trouble with the umpire, too. The strike zone.
He doesn't want a whole lot of that moving forward.
Granderson at second, Travis off first base, and the 0-2 to Smoke. He thought about it, but he held off it. Smoke not quite having the season he had last year when he had 38 homers and he drove in 90.
Yeah, not quite.
He's not alone in that regard up and down the Toronto lineup. Add in the guys who are hurt right now like Donaldson and Tulowitzki. Line shot, base hit right field. Mookie Betts over to cut it. Granderson into third. He's going to be waved in, and he's going to score. Standing up. Travis down to third, and they get one back very quickly. Smoke now the 13-game hitting streak.
Yeah, he doesn't waste any time either in this series. He's been hitting the ball hard. Just the one home run, and that's what they really want him to do. But I'll tell you what, he's been getting his hits. This is a fastball, pretty much right down the middle. Brock Holt just couldn't play tall enough. Now Granderson frees initially to make sure that Holt can't catch the ball, and then it's an easy stroll into home. Mookie had to run too far to go track that ball down.
First and third, nobody out. 2-1 Red Sox. Here's Grichuk, the right fielder. At 234, but good pop. 15 homers. Including a home run last night when he went 2 for 5. Porcello looking for a ground ball, and he's going to fire in a strike. Another curve, so looking to land those curve balls early.
Maybe get himself a ground ball here. The Red Sox are playing regular double play depth. They're not worried about letting that run on third score. They figure they will score runs tonight as usual. Got to get a couple outs.
1-2.
Tell you what Porcello would really like. Punch out here, then a ground ball.
Well, back-to-back walks and a base hit.
Another curveball coming.
And a 1-2. Xander Bogaerts to Holt. That's one. Gonna be close and can't dig it at first base as another run comes in to score. So the Red Sox in the end don't turn 2. And a game tied up 2-2.
Well, this is a fairly simple double play ball. It should have been turned here. Xander gets the ball to Holt, but Brock looks like he just maybe rushed that throw a little bit. Grichuk does run pretty well, but you can see that they would have easily had him with a good throw.
So Grichuk becomes the runner at first base. No twin killing. All knotted up at 2. And Harris Solarte, third baseman, now 234, 17 home runs. Switch hitter from Venezuela. Bogaerts will charge this. Took a look at second. He'll get that out at first base. So down to second is Grichuk on the second out. And Teoscar Hernandez will be next.
You see the positioning there. Because of the shift, it was much more difficult for Holt to get to second base. Sometimes you have to sacrifice a play that you'd like to make at second because of the defensive positioning that you're in. You take the out at first anyway.
Hernandez 246. He's hit 17. Hernandez has 89 hits this year. 48 of them have gone for extra bases. That makes perfect sense when you watch him swing the bat.
Yeah, makes my back hurt.
So Red Sox grab the 2-0 lead. Toronto comes right back and ties it up here in the first inning.
You know, Dave, the Red Sox won the first 2 games of the series, but it's not like the Toronto Blue Jays rolled over and said, come in here and beat us. They've been competitive.
They've really battled back. Remember game 1, the Red Sox had Kimbrel on the mound, 9th inning. 1-run game, and Smoke connected to tie that ball game and send it to extra innings. Red Sox eventually winning 10-7. Russell Martin on deck for Toronto. They have a man at second, and Randall Grichuk. And Porcello with a 1-2. And a breaking ball swatted at, fouled away.
Early on, that breaking ball is his best pitch. He threw a nice one to Grichuk. He was hoping for strike 3. Instead, he got a double play grounder. They didn't turn it over, but that was a perfectly placed pitch. He's going to lean on it.
Rick 10-10 lifetime against the Blue Jays. And trying to end this first inning. And he will. He sits him down, strike 3, but Toronto gets 2 back, and we're in a 2-2 tie after 1. Always here to get you there. Red Sox against Toronto this season, 12-3, averaging 6 runs per game with 20 home runs. Toronto cannot wait for the Red Sox to leave, though the Jays still have to come to Fenway for 3 in September. Sandy Leon leading things off here in a 2-2 tie after an inning. Jackie Bradley next, then Mookie Betts. Toronto 29 games behind the Red Sox in early August. And the season didn't start out that badly. In fact, Toronto was 12-5 in the middle of April, and they were looking okay. And they went to New York and they dropped 3 out of 4. They lost 2 out of 3 to the Red Sox, and then the bottom just fell out. And in May, they went 9-19, and it was see you later.
Ouch.
2-2 to Sandy.
You know, one of the things that this team didn't have to worry about is bad weather. If you have the roof here, obviously when they go on the road. But if you remember back, and I think we all do, the Red Sox were a tremendous bad weather baseball team. They won game after game in freezing temperatures, terrible weather.
It's going to miss for ball 3. Sandy with a 4-game hitting streak going.
You can complain all about the cold all you want, like I do, but both teams have to play in it, and the Red Sox won those games.
And just kept winning like crazy. High fly ball into left field. Hernandez coming in on it. 1 out in the Red Sox second. Jackie Bradley will step up next.
Sunday on NESN Clubhouse. Join us as we celebrate our 100th episode. You got it. We'll reveal our favorite skills, science, and smiles from the show. Catch it all on NESN Clubhouse Sunday morning at 11:30 on NESN, presented by Delta Dental of Massachusetts.
Jackie hitting .209 with 9 home runs. Hitless last night. He went 0 for 4. Well, the Red Sox got a lot of offense elsewhere. Tonight facing a 23-year-old left-hander from Illinois, Ryan Borucki, who was called up from AAA Buffalo at the end of June. And except against the Red Sox, he's pitched well in just about all of his starts.
What a great feeling for a guy to get called up. You don't make the team out of spring training. You get called up in the middle of the year and don't get sent back out.
Routine ground ball. And Diaz will flip on to get him. 2 up and 2 down. Now the comforts of home brought to you by Bernie and Phil's. Borucki at Rogers Center this season without a win, but a 1.35 ERA. Right now at Bernie and Phil, save with a double tax discount, no minimum purchase required. Mookie 1 for 1, a base hit through the hole on the left side first time up, and he came around to score. So that's 94 runs scored. Nobody would be shocked if Mookie Betts reaches 100 runs scored by the time the Red Sox get to Philadelphia next Tuesday. "94 runs in 96 games."
Doing what he's supposed to do, and that's the thing that's most important to him. That's why he wants to be a leadoff hitter. I mean, think of the other numbers that would be so much higher if he was a 3 or a 5 or a 4 hitter in this lineup.
Benintendi on deck, tied up 2-2. And sock foul out of play.
Dave, on a quick side note, congratulations to Justine Porvalis, who is the producer of the Clubhouse Show. 100 episodes, just a great feather in her cap. Won a couple Emmys for the show. Just really done a great job with it.
That one driven high deep left center field. Pilar, hard run to the track, to the wall, can't get it. It's off the wall. He thuds into the fence. Mookie rounding. He's on his way into third base, and he's going to pull up there. Took a bit of a turn. Pilar only now getting up. Could not make a spectacular catch, and it's the second triple in the series for Mookie Betts.
You know, you expect so much out of Pilar that when he makes a play like this, you almost sit back and say, huh, he should have caught it, because you expect him to make that catch. It hit off the side of his glove. He was back there to get it. He just kind of misjudged where the ball came down. Good thing for Mookie. He's standing on third base, but it's almost sad when you expect a guy to make a great play like that, isn't it?
Mookie 2 for 2 tonight. And another triple. Coming with 2 down is Benintendi. Infield single for Andrew in the first inning, and he came in to score. For a split second, Mookie was thinking about home plate. As the throw finally got back in, they kind of took their time on that in their first strike.
He didn't get a great jump out of the box around first. I know he didn't think he hit it out of the ballpark, and so he's watching his counterpart out there thinking he's going to go up and climb the wall and make a great play on him, so he probably wanted to see it.
And a ground ball that Smoke will handle. He'll take it to the base himself, and the Red Sox will not get that run in despite the triple by Mookie Betts. Earn a 2-2 game. Bottom 2-2-2 in Toronto. Russell Martin to lead things off against Rick Porcello, who walked the first couple of men that he faced in the first inning. They both came in to score. Quite unusual for Rick Porcello, who's not real happy with Gabe Morales, the home plate umpire. Martin's had a tough year at 199, but lately swinging a better bat. 7-game hitting streak. Aldemus Diaz on deck, and then Kevin Pillar, who was tested again in center field by Mookie Betts moments ago.
Russell's full name: Russell Nathan Jeanson Coltrane Martin. And then after all that, Junior. How's that possible?
Yeah, his dad is a saxophonist. That's the
Coltrane, yeah.
The Coltrane nod.
His mother's maiden name was Jeanson. Remember a few years ago when he was with the Dodgers, he put J. Martin on his back to recognize her name.
Yeah, remember that. Here's the 2-2. He's not had a whole lot of success against Rick Porcello in his career. 6 for 35. But he has filled up the count here. And the payoff pitch. And he walked him, so that's 3 walks. Let's check out what event is coming up at Foxwoods Resort Casino August 4 through September 2nd at the Fox Theater. Catch the world premiere of Cirque Éloise Hotel. So this one a little bit like the last time he faced these guys in July, where his command wasn't there. He walked 4 men. He's already walked 3.
He's kind of yanking his fastball tonight, like his delivery's a little out of whack. I talked to him the other day about why he goes up over the top of his head in his delivery, and he said that is a timing mechanism so that I don't rush to the plate. It looks to me a little bit like he's rushing to the plate today, and his arm can't catch up.
Runner goes, and that one slapped into right center field for a base hit. They sent Martin. He's around in the third, and they'll pull up there. So they're safely on the corners with nobody out. Diaz with a base hit.
They got to stop pitching Diaz to the outer half of the plate. He's proved all series long that he can go the other way. This was most likely a hit and run, and they executed it perfectly. First and third is what you're looking for.
So Diaz now at a 7-game hitting streak. 455. Martin at third, Diaz at first for Pillar. And Toronto with the opportunity to take the lead here. So an early scuffle for Rick Porcello. Ground ball to third, and bobbled by Nunez. The run will score, and everybody's going to be safe. And Toronto leads it 3-2.
Nunez just tried to hurry a little bit, wanted to catch that ball and throw it over to second before he got it into his glove. So guys all over the bases for the second inning in a row against Porcello.
An ugly beginning to this one. A walk, a base hit, an E5. First and second, 3-2 Toronto. And Granderson, who walked to start it for the Blue Jays in the first inning. Now he has not had a very good year, hitting .235, 10 home runs, but like so many of the Blue Jays lately, making better contact. Quickly in the hole, 0-2. He's hitting .310 his last 8 games.
We talked about some of the earlier years that Granderson had. In 2011 he had 41 homers. 2012 43 homers.
A big power in his New York days for sure. High fly right center. Jackie Bradley with room though. He'll line it up, make the catch. Diaz will tag. He's going to go from second to third. That's the first out in the inning.
Tune in tonight to Nesson's news coverage to get a breakdown after the Patriots' first preseason game against the Redskins. Coverage of the NFL preseason is brought to you by Cross Insurance, where security meets strength.
Toronto in the lead. Travis will be the hitter. A walk and a run for him. All three men that Rick Porcello has walked in this one have come in to score.
They usually do, don't they? Gosh.
One man away. Pilar did pick up an RBI on the error by Nunez.
Pilar is the one guy on this team that will steal a base as well. 12 of them on the season, far and away the leader on this team.
Stopped by Leon.
You know, something that might go unnoticed by so many people is the play that JBJ made on that fly ball. He always wants to show off his arm, but he knows not to throw the ball to third base because he's not going to get him. He got that ball quickly into second base so Pilar couldn't move up. You keep yourself in a double play situation now.
Runner at first goes, and a pitch down in the dirt, and Sandy cannot handle that. So Pilar will have the stolen base. The runner holding at third. So now two men in scoring position.
Good jump by Pilar, but no chance of throwing him out here with that ball in the dirt. Sandy has to make sure that he at least blocks that pitch so it doesn't get past him.
Number 13 for Pilar. The base hit could mean two more here for Toronto. And a 2-0. A dribbler foul. Red Sox heading for Baltimore. 4 games there. A day-night doubleheader on Saturday, but on Friday just one game at 7:05. Nathan Eovaldi back on the hill. He has just been spectacular for the Red Sox. He'll be taking on the right-hander Dylan Bundy. Porcello's 2-1. Hard hit to third. Nunez coming home. Got him in a rundown. Leon had to lunge for that. Diaz trying to get back. Nunez will race after him, and he will tag him out as the runners move up. So Diaz in the rundown, put out for out number 2.
Diaz did an excellent job of staying in that rundown so the other runners could move up to the respective bases, third and second. Nice play by Leon to make sure that ball didn't get by him, and now Nunez is going to outrun him.
Play goes 5-5. In the meantime, Alex Cora has gone out to the pitcher's mound. Quick conversation with Rick Porcello here and the infield. And that'll bring up the dangerous Justin Smoak, who does have an RBI single, second and third. And Porcello really has to limit the damage here.
It's probably a pep talk more than anything else. Look at your situation. These guys will get you back in and hold them right here. You cannot let these 2 runs score.
One of the reasons we say that Smoak has been a dangerous hitter against Rick Porcello, he has 5 career home runs. And right now he's a guy locked in. And Porcello has him behind now, 0-2. It's Richick on deck.
Early in this game, Porcello's already thrown a ton of pitches, over 40 pitches now, but maybe Alex Cora wanted to discuss with him whether or not he wanted to put him on. With those great numbers against him, you have 2 outs, you go after the next guy. I think he let Rick Porcello make that decision.
(0-2). And he left it down, not by much. And Porcello walked the first two men he faced. Granderson and Travis, they both came in to score. He walked Russell Martin to begin the inning. Here in the second, he is in to score. Two and two.
It's the difference in Smoke right now with what, 13, 14 game hitting streak, laying off of pitches like that.
But look at how far down the line Pilar is, with Nunez playing shortstop right now. So if anything squirts on by Leon, there's not a lot of room back there, but it might be enough. And a swing and a miss. He took a mighty cut down. He goes strike three, so he does get him. But Toronto now has the lead 3-2. And Steve Pearce leading things off. Pearce hit 4 home runs. He drove in 8 in 3 games in the Yankees series. He said yes at the top of this series. He took the wrong turn when he came into Rogers Center and started heading for the home clubhouse.
Yeah, that's an easy
so
mistake.
It took me about 10 seconds. I realized nope. Not with Toronto anymore. Now he can make that mistake with every team in the division.
Played for all of them.
His 4 home runs against the Yankees, the most over any 2-game span of his career. And the count goes to 3-1.
You might see a little extra added concentration out of Pearce. I don't think he was happy with his first at bat with guys on first and second. He swung at a first pitch, popped up to the first baseman, wasn't happy with himself.
3-2. Hit a career high 3 home runs on Thursday. Give him 9 for the year, and he's going to take a walk here. So Sox have the leadoff man aboard. Time now for the Geico Red Sox moment, honoring the 13 champions. Game number 116. The Red Sox beat Houston 7-5. Stephen Drew's 3-run homer in the top of the 9th inning. The difference in that game. Well, that was a fun ball club to follow.
Yeah.
Regular season was so much fun. October was just magical. Here's J.D. Martinez. He's going to ground that one to Diaz. Feeding Travis. Got 1 on to first, 2. Double play turned by Toronto here in the 3rd inning.
As you say, OB, JD Martinez gets it done quickly. He's had 2 at-bats. He's seen 2 pitches. Nicely turned there by the Blue Jays.
Diaz and Travis sends up Xander Bogaerts now. Took a walk in the first inning. Barucki pitched in New Hampshire last year at Double-A for the Fisher Cats. And Tommy John surgery back in 2012. And a 2-1 from the left-hander. Just a little bit high to run it to 3-1, so a good count for Xander.
Better be careful with this pitch. This is generally where he would go to his changeup.
And the 3-1.
There it is. Changeup. Good late action on that pitch.
3-2 hammered, but foul off the first base line. When the Red Sox come off this road trip on August 16th, they will have but 40 games remaining on the schedule. 24 of those will be at Fenway, where they own the best home record in baseball. But still 2 more stops on this trip. 3-2 coming. Got jammed big time in on the knuckles.
You're so happy when you take a swing like that that you're still hitting. So happy to foul it off. Get yourself another chance. Nice at bat.
Walks him. So he's walked 3 men, 2 in this inning.
Saturday on Dining Playbook, Jenny and Billy are teeing it off at Granite Links Golf Club. Then they're going to check out the new extended pergola patio at the Crossing Nines. Plus, they learn how to make a classic old-fashioned at Smith & Walensky with Tin Cup whiskey. Catch it all on Dining Playbook Saturday morning at 9 o'clock. Driven by your New England Chevy dealers.
Now Sox with a base runner. Bogaerts on for the second time, his second walk, and brings up Nunez, who singled in a pair in the first inning. Looked like the Red Sox were going to be piling them up early. They settled for the 2, and now Toronto's come back to grab the lead. Red Sox this year have 34 come from behind wins. 2-0, and Barucki finding it difficult to find a plate right now. Next pitch will be his 57th.
Both pitchers racking them up.
There's another base hit the other way by Nunez. He's 2 for 2. Xander Bogaerts will trot into second. Stop there. The Red Sox have something brewing here with 2 down.
That's classic Nunez as far as I'm concerned. We haven't really seen the power out of him like we saw last season in the second half when he came over. But when he's not hitting the ball out of the ballpark, he does a great job of just going the other way, serving it into right field.
Brock Holt 0 for 1 tonight. Though he came into the ball game hitting almost .350 against Toronto this season. 92 right at the top of the zone for a strike.
Brock Holt's sort of one of those reverse split guys too. He hit .324 against lefties.
Bogaerts at second. Nunez on at first. 0-2. And what is it the hitters say when it's a slump like this? It's always 0-2.
Every time you walk up there.
2 on 2 out, and he won't chase it. If you missed the news earlier today, manager Alex Cora said that Drew Pomeranz is now in the bullpen. He is no longer in the starting rotation. Brian Johnson off last night's performance, remaining in that rotation. He'll take that one for a ball. Pomeranz with another short outing last time out. Pile up the walks, that really hurt him.
Well, if Drew can find something out there in that pen, he could be a weapon out there. There isn't anybody coming in from the left-hand side. And remember a few seasons ago how effective he was coming in from the pen, throwing about 96.
It's going to be in there for strike 3. Caught him looking, and the Red Sox with a bit of a threat, but it dies right there. 3-2 Toronto. Back in Toronto, Blue Jays head 3-2. Grichuk to lead off here against Rick Porcello. Could really use a breezy inning like he had against the Yankees over and over and over again.
Yeah.
You know, like 8 pitches.
86 total.
Fisted pop-up, foul ground. Nunez giving chase. He'll run that one down. So Grichuk is gone. Ace Ticket is the best seats to all Red Sox games and concerts at Fenway to prices and service better than you can imagine. Visit aceticket.com right now. One away, Solarte will be the hitter. Probably remember Jason Worth, who won a World Series with the Phillies, signed a big contract with the Nationals. Looks like he's done playing baseball now. He won't use the word retirement, but he's saying that he's done. That was back in June. He gave an interview in the last couple of days where he blasted what he said are the super nerds in the front office that know nothing about baseball. He was talking about baseball collectively, and it was quite a rant. He said, I think it's killing the game. It's to the point where they just put computers out there. Now one ripped, and Pierce will take it. That's a quick 2 out. He said, just put laptops out. Just put them out there and let them play. We don't even need to go out there anymore. It's a joke. He said when they come down here, these kids from MIT, Harvard, wherever they're from, they've never played baseball in their life. You've taken a human element out of the game. Quite a rant.
It's a little harsh, isn't it? The way the game is going is about analytics. Gotta get on board or go away. And he went away.
Very angrily.
Yes.
He also blasted his former agent Scott Boras for not doing more to get him hired. There's a high deep drive to right field. Racing back Jackie Bradley, and that ball is going to get out of here. Home run by Teoscar Hernandez, his 18th, and Toronto bolsters their lead to 4-2.
Well, you talked about it already, OB. This guy swings like he's on fire. I'll tell you, he does not get cheated up there. He wants to hack. And when he connects, ball goes a long way. It's a long way to hit it to that side of the field. Just a sinking fastball didn't sink enough. Teoscar gets down underneath it and launches it up to the opposite field and out of here. Some good hitting.
Ball kind of jumps off his bat. 18 home runs. Brings up Russell Martin, who walked and scored in the second inning. So thus far, it has been an off night for Rick Porcello. He could not have been more on against the Yankees. 3 walks and now a home run.
I thought this might be the inning too, where he kind of settled in. He's got 54 pitches in this game already, but this inning was going very quickly. Then the home run to Hernandez. He's got to kind of start over against Martin to try to get that final out.
And the 0-2 to Martin. Right past everybody. Martin hitting just a .188 against righties this year. Went for the downs and he came up empty. He was trying to do what Hernandez did. He strikes out, but it's 4-2 Toronto. Is brought to you by Franklin Sports, the official batting glove of Major League Baseball and the Red Sox. Digital Federal Credit Union, what can DCU save you? Southwest Airlines, low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency. And by Sullivan Tire and Complete Auto Service. Steve Lyons, Dave O'Brien, Garrett Austin with you from Toronto. Blue Jays up 4-2. Sandy Leon leading things off against Baraki. He's had some command issues. He's walked 3 men. Sox have 5 hits off him.
Seems to be they start their little rally with 2 outs.
Leon's fly to left. Bradley on deck.
Ooh.
2-2. Rocky has been tough against good opponents. Against the Yankees in July, he gave up 1 run in 7 innings, struck out 5. It can be difficult to hit. Socked to center field. Pilar with a lengthy run, still chasing it down, but over the shoulder to make the play. Relatively routine for him. Let's toss it down to Garrett.
OB, Steve, Players Weekend is coming up August 24th through 26th, and the Red Sox released the list of nicknames this year. Now, there were the typical nicknames, Mookie, Bogey, and Brock Start, but there was one new nickname that kind of stood out to everybody. It's for Chris Sale, and it's the Conductor. Now, Ian Brown from MLB.com asked Sale, what's with the new nickname? And he said, you're going to have to ask Dustin Pedroia. So Brown reached out to Pedroia, and Pedroia said, guys, it's because he punches tickets. Now, Steve, I'm curious, what is your take on Players Weekend, and would you have had a jersey that said Psycho?
Well, I think there would be no question that's what it would say on the back of my jersey. I love the fact that they do this. I think it shows personality. It's a good thing for the players to kind of celebrate names other than the one that's generally on their back. But I will say, if your last name is Jones and your nickname is Jonesy, you better start working on your own personality.
Yeah, work a little bit harder. Now, in your case, who was the first one to call you Psycho?
Interestingly enough, Mark Sullivan.
Oh, Mark Sullivan.
Yes.
Yeah.
His father owned the Red Sox, backup catcher for both the Red Sox and the Texas Rangers.
Huh.
Good friend of mine.
I would have thought maybe kindergarten, you know, something like that. But
No, I didn't start that. Didn't start that early. No, that was. And you know what the funny thing is? Mark Sullivan had a way worse temper than I did. Yes, he did. He would bounce his helmet every once in a while, but it kind of stuck with me.
So the genesis of Psycho, though, for you was one particular incident?
Oh, no. There were many. You know, the whole pants down thing, that didn't help. But
Yeah, I remember that. We all remember that one. Yeah.
I was very over aggressive, no question about that. Liked to get dirty, tried to play hard, but also had a little more of a temper than I'm proud of. Wish I could control that a little bit more. I'm amazed and very proud of today's players that they don't show their temper very often, and that's a good thing about the game.
That one tied him up. Big time foul tipped in the mid, held by Martin to strike out Jackie Bradley for the second out.
He just climbs the ladder on Jackie right here. This is ball. It's in on him, and he couldn't pull his hands in far enough to get the bat head on it. Really tied him up.
So a strikeout, 2 away, top of the order, and Mookie Betts a single and a triple, and Baraki was working too quickly, and Betts got the time. Players today are also pretty smart about, if they are going to lose their temper, they'll do it off camera. They'll go down the tunnel, they'll get out of view, and are cagier, a little more savvy about television, I think.
There's no question about that, and it's appreciated by guys like me that had a tough time. But that's the thing about a temper. It's, if you're mad about something, it's hard to wait till you get down there. You know, you're mad right now.
Nobody aboard, 2 down.
My dad called me one time and he said, look, you're not a very good player, but even if you were and you got 600 at bats, that means you'd still make like 420 outs. Are you going to get mad about every one of them?
Foul back. Were you a professional baseball player when your father called you and said you're not a very good player?
Yes. He
So
knew.
you were getting paid to do it.
Yes.
But your dad.
I owe my entire career to him, no question about it. But he would say, why do I have to watch you throw your helmet after you make an out? You're going to make a ton of outs. Can't be mad about all of them.
Thanks, Pop. 2-2. That one roped down the line. That one headed toward the wall. That'll slam into the bottom of the wall. Mookie Betts is heading into second base. He will dive in with a double. So here we are in the 4th inning, and Mookie Betts has a single, a double, and a triple.
Oh.
And in a scoring position for the second time with 2 down.
Wow, this is a good pitch for Mookie to hit. Just kind of a cement mixer slider right there that didn't do much. And he's all over. You watch him get out in front, big bat head out in front of that thing, pull it right down the line. If he got a little more lift on this, it probably would have gone out of the ballpark. He kind of hit it too hard. Couldn't get it up and out.
Thudding into the bottom of that wall, his second extra base hit tonight. So only the 4th inning. And Mookie Betts is a home run shy of the cycle. That's one thing he hasn't done this season. We're checking off the list, and we're way down that list of things he's done. Benintendi fouls that one away. He's gone 1 for 2 with a single.
Well, the Red Sox once again starting their rally with 2 outs again. They haven't left themselves much room for error when they get things going.
Benintendi looking to pick up his 68th RBI.
There was somebody that I know that said before this game started that Mookie Betts was going to have a big night. Can't remember who that was.
Someone who really went out on a limb. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Yeah, really going out on a limb. A shot down to get it. Smoke hit sharply, but Smoke is equal to the task. And once again, the Red Sox get a man in scoring position, but cannot bring him in. Bottom of the 4th inning, breaking ball fouled off by Diaz, who singled his first trip. Number 8 hitter. He'll be followed by Pilar and then Granderson. So Red Sox a little bit frustrated a couple of times in this one. And they have already stranded 6 men on base in the early going. Benintendi hit this ball really hard.
Yeah, this ball was hit hard, and I'll tell you, Smoke accidentally caught that one. Oh, there's a little emotion right there out of Benny.
Just a flash.
He was probably listening to our conversation, and he said, I'll match what you did.
Probably not. As Diaz fouls that one away. He'll be followed by Pilar. Granderson set his 8-9-1. Sox down 4-2. And Porcello trying to settle in. Fly to center field, pretty well hit. Bradley back. Jackie under though, shy of the track, and he's there to make the catch. Arbella Insurance Foundation is the proud presenting sponsor of the WEEI Ness and Jimmy Fund Radio Telethon, dedicated to striking out cancer in kids. Arbella donating $50 for every strikeout thrown by a Sox pitcher, up to $100,000. Arbella Insurance Foundation, here for the Jimmy Fund, here for good. One away, Pilar. Reached on an error by Nunez first time up.
Pilar is a free swinger.
273 lifetime against Rick Porcello. And the 0-2. He spoiled it. I mentioned Nathan Eovaldi going in game 1 at Baltimore tomorrow night. The doubleheader on Saturday begins at 1 o'clock. The games are at 1 and 7. David Price will go in game 1.
Oh, nasty.
Pilar going down on a knee as he swings and misses on a curveball to Fan. And they're 2 away.
Continues to be the best pitch he's featuring tonight, that curveball. And this is in an excellent location. Can't hit it. See the over-the-top spin, good action.
Amica Insurance, great service, great coverage, and a great price for auto, home, and life insurance. Here's Granderson, a walk and a run. He's also flied out. Big shift on for him.
You remember the 3-team deal in 09 that Granderson was in, and all the great players that got traded in that thing. 3 different teams involved. Detroit, New York, Arizona. It was Granderson, Ian Kennedy, Austin Jackson, Phil Koch, Edwin Jackson, Daniel Schlereth, remember him? And Max Scherzer. Whew. I think Arizona's a little upset they got rid of Max Scherzer.
I was kind of waiting for the real big name in that trade. There was some journeymen in there, some good players.
Yeah.
And Granderson, turned into a premier slugger for several years, but undoubtedly Scherzer's the guy. He's going to Cooperstown.
And all of those guys with decent big league careers, though, a lot of times you see guys that are in deals like that, they're like, who? And they never were anybody.
1-2. Now you wonder if this is the end of the line for Curtis. It just might wind up going right to the broadcast booth. He could be terrific at it, I think. Got a piece to hang in.
He's altered his swing with age. Very quiet at the plate now. Just tries to be really short and quick with that swing. Look where his hands are. They don't move much from there.
Pitch number 71 for Rick Porcello. And he strikes him out with it. Right on the edge, according to Morales. He gets him 1-2-3.
Don't miss WB Mason Extra Innings live right after this game. TC and Eck will break down all the key plays of the game. And you'll hear from Rick Porcello and Alex Cora. Hoop at WB Mason, celebrating over 20 years of same-day delivery.
Top of the 5th inning, Red Sox trail by 2 in Toronto. Here on getaway night. Red Sox flying on to Baltimore late tonight. We'll get in the wee hours of the morning, and then the ball game at 7 to kick off the long weekend against the Orioles. That one's hammered foul by Pierce, who is 0 for 1 with a walk. And the Red Sox are going to do something kind of unusual this day and age. It used to be the way major league teams traveled all over the country. They're going to take the train.
I like it.
From Baltimore to Philadelphia.
Short ride. It's an interesting, good time. Been on a few of those train rides. Have you?
For you, it's always an interesting, good time. I have no doubt. It's about an hour. I think it'll be a great trip. Looking forward to it.
Watch the world go by.
Old-fashioned.
Maybe you'll see the Babe.
See, in there for a called strike. Depends, I guess, how the whole thing goes. You know, could see a lot of different things. We'll enjoy ourselves. A day off in Philadelphia the very next day. 3-2 on the way. Toward third base, hit very softly along the line, and a foul ball. So Pierce has to come on back. JD Martinez on deck, and then Xander Bogaerts here. Red Sox trying to get even or better against Toronto and sweep the series.
When you think about it, it's just the smartest move to take the train down to Philly when you figure you'd have to load up the trucks, get it to the airport, load up the plane, make a flight that takes 20 minutes, unload it, get it back to the train will take you right there. You'll be there in no time.
Jack McCormick, the outstanding Red Sox director of team travel.
Oh, he knows
his idea. Get the Red Sox there quickly and safely.
It's a couple times now Red Sox hitters have stepped out on Baraki, thinking that he's going a little too quick for him. I do like the fact that he does work quickly, though.
Hammer to third, friendly bounce for Solarte across the diamond. One gone in the Red Sox 5th inning.
Tomorrow at 6, don't miss Red Sox First Pitch, presented by Joseph Abboud. Available at Men's Warehouse. Adam and Lenny will preview the series against the Baltimore Orioles.
Now JD has flied out and hit into a double play in this one, so thus far quiet.
JD had only seen 2 pitches in his 2 at-bats.
Been a lot of trouble against Toronto. He's played only 34 games against them, but he's hit 11 home runs off the Blue Jays. Stay tuned after the 3rd out of this half inning for the mid-5th studio show with Adam and Casey. This is 92 pitches right here for Baraki. It's had a lot of long counts. He's walked 3 men.
Red Sox would love to get back into that Blue Jay bullpen. Been living in there for the last couple nights.
Bogaerts on deck. 1-2 to JD Martinez. Trying to run his inning streak to 8 consecutive games. Mookie Betts has a single, a triple, and a double tonight. There's a drive out to left field. He turned on that one. Watch this one go. It is gone. Home run. JD Martinez, number 35. 99 RBI. And the Red Sox 0-1.
You know, Dave, I think exit velocity is kind of a fun thing to see every once in a while. Don't rely much on it, but I do want to see the exit velocity on that ball.
I want to see this one.
Oh,
yeah.
my goodness, did he hammer that pitch?
That was gone right now.
It's hard to hit a ball out of the park before the play-by-play guy gets to say that it's a home run.
Telling me. It's happened before, by the way.
Wow.
For this guy.
That is waffled.
And here we are on August 9th, and he has driven in 99 runs. Speedway donating $500 to Boston Children's Hospital for every Red Sox homer. And through the end of August, use your Speedy Rewards card when you purchase 3 cooler beverages and receive 1,000 bonus points.
Swing that pretty, you might as well see it one more time. 108 miles an hour exit velocity. 405 feet he hit it.
Ooh. So 4-3 game with Bogarts the batter. He's reached twice in this one with a pair of walks.
Pete Walker came out to talk to him there, and I think he probably just looked at Baraki and just said, hey, don't feel like the Lone Ranger. That guy's done that to a lot of people. Hang in there, get through this outing. They want to try to get him through 5.
35 home runs to lead the major leagues.
I hit 45 last season. Did you think that he'd approach 45 homers with the Red Sox this year?
I really did. Sure. Why not?
Well, the right field is why I didn't think so. I didn't realize the type of pop he had the other way. But it's such a hard place to hit home runs to right field in. I thought that he'd hit 30 to 35, but drive in a career high in runs. I knew that his career high in RBIs is only 104. He's going to shatter that mark.
I really didn't feel like Fenway would play ridiculously big for him. Not with his swing.
Yeah.
Not with that power.
Well, you're 100% right. I just thought the home run numbers would go down, but his production would go up.
I mean, watching him last year, the comparisons were to like a young Mike Piazza. As far as a right-hand hitter going the other way like that kind of power. Obviously, he has shown that no park is too big for him. Fly to right field. Grichuk still drifting back, but he's under. 2 down.
Catch a condensed 2-hour version of this Red Sox game at midnight on Sox in 2. Sox in 2 is brought to you by Cumberland Farms, where you can get iced coffee for just 99 cents. That's any size, any day. The other thing, when you look at his numbers from last year, he only played 125 games, 45 homers. He only had 16 in the first half.
And of course, he had 4 in one game.
29 in the second half.
Now they're going to get Danny Barnes, the right-hander, active in their bullpen. Steve mentioned the Red Sox eager to get back in their pen. Nunez had a good night, 2 for 2, a 2-run single in the first inning, and he'll rip that one up the middle. The umpire, Ed Hickox, had to duck out of the way. So Eduardo is 3 for 3. Red Sox have hit a lot of balls hard tonight. Several have been caught.
Yep. Watch Hickox duck under this one. Look out. He wasn't sure which way to go. You're right about the hard hit balls. I mean, it's a matter of time with this offense. They're going to start to sting you. They've kind of gotten things going sometimes with 2 outs. Now they're into the 5th.
And here's a guy who really has to get going. Brock Holt over 2 tonight. Runner goes. Here's the throw down. The sweep tag. He's safe. He got in there with the hand. And Nunez will pick off second base with the theft.
Nunez got an enormous jump right there. It looked like he was going on first move. Watch him take off. He's already gone. Then when he slid, almost looked like he got stuck in the mud, and then he swims around the tag. An amazing effort to avoid the tag. If he goes in with his left hand, he's out. But watch him give you the hand and then pull it away from you.
And they're thinking about challenging, and they have decided not to. Some slide.
These guys are unbelievably creative the way they slide now. I just would not have had the presence of mind. I'm sliding into the base. I'm not thinking about anything else. These guys, he's going to tag me here. I better move it.
And it's the great body control not to go by the base most of the time, not to take that hand off. Up the middle, off the glove. Travis deflects it. Here comes the run. Nunez is in to score. Brock Holt busting out, and he has tied the ball game with an RBI single. And it's a 4-4 game.
You got to get this guy out of the game now, don't you? You're trying to get him a win somehow by leaving him in through 5. Now he's tied up the game. He's got 104 pitches. Brock finally sting one. His average against lefties has been very good. He gets that base hit, drives in a run.
Travis with the effort, but off the leather. An RBI for Brock Holt is 26th, and that'll send up Sandy Leon. Big swing by Sandy, who has flied out on 2 occasions tonight. So the Red Sox have tied it at 4. They have 9 hits in the game, including a home run in this inning by J.D. Martinez, the MVP candidate. JD 3 for 4 last night, 3 for 5, 4 RBIs in game 1, and he's at it again in game 3.
Well, you said it early before we got here that you thought that there was a good chance JD could leave the country with 100 RBIs.
Sitting at 99. And the 0-1 pitch to Leon, and now the throw over to first base. Down is Holt. Tried to slide in, but he's going to be tagged out at second, and that will retire the side. But the Red Sox have battled back to tie it at 4. Time to turn it over to Adam and Casey for the Mid-Fifth Studio Show, guys. Red Sox looking to sweep the Toronto Blue Jays. Great to have you with us tonight here at Rogers Center. The roof is on, and the Red Sox have just fought back from 2 runs down. A home run by J.D. Martinez and an RBI single by Brock Holt. It's a brand new ball game for Rick Porcello, who did get him 1-2-3 last inning. We'll see if that puts him on a roll.
Still only has 71 pitches. He can go deeper into this ball game. Wow, 4th time that a pitcher has gone into his delivery and has had a timeout called on him.
Travis with a walk, and he's hit into a fielder's choice. And if I could just take a moment to wish my lovely bride a happy 32nd wedding anniversary today. My wife Debbie O'Brien. 32 years ago today. That one socked up the middle for a base hit, and Travis is on to begin the 5th inning.
32 years, very impressive. Take as many moments as you'd like.
That's it. Just thanks for indulging me there. Still a very happy couple. And Smoke will be up next. RBI single and a strikeout in this one. Rick Porcello chasing his 15th win of the season, but he's in a fight tonight.
Hottest hitter on the club right now.
Flies that one deep to left center field toward the alley. Benintendi on the run, can't get it. skips up against the wall. Here comes Travis rounding third. Xander Bogaerts coming home and won't get him. The run is in. No Smoke is as hot as a firecracker. An RBI double to make it 5-4. Toronto, they're back in front again.
You got to be kidding me hitting that pitch right there. You have to be sitting on a breaking ball to take that curveball off the plate outside. Watch the location of this pitch. It's not even a strike, I don't think. Away up a little bit, but you're sitting on that pitch. You can't hit that if you're looking for a fastball. Hammers it in the gap. Some impressive hitting right there. Travis scores all the way from first easily.
31 doubles for Smoke, so that is going his way this season. Not the home runs necessarily. Hembree up in the bullpen. And what may not be a very long night for Rick Porcello, a single and a double here in the 5th inning. And Toronto back in the lead. That'll bring up Grichuk, who's 0 for 2. Well, the night just had an odd start for Rick Porcello. He wasn't thrilled with a couple of pitches that didn't go his way, but he walked Granderson and Travis to begin the ball game. Then he allowed an RBI single. That one popped up. Pierce giving chase toward the stands, but out of play. He gave up 2 quick runs right after the Red Sox had scored in their half of the 1st inning. And then he walked the leadoff man in the 2nd inning, and he would score. Gave up the home run to Hernandez in the 3rd inning. So other than a 1, 2, 3, 4th inning, he really hasn't settled down.
Nope. Kept waiting for that to happen. You thought it would.
Rick Porcello's pitching line brought to you by Ace Ticket. 77 pitches. The 3 walks certainly with him jump out at you. And 5 earned with a man at second and nobody out.
We saw last night that Grichuk can be dangerous with the long ball. Extra base hit power. He's a product of the Little League World Series. He played in the Little League World Series in 03 and 04 for his Lamar, Texas team.
Brandon Workman up. So Hembree is sat down as Workman up. And a 2-2 to Grichuk. That one sucked on the line. That one deep, and that ball is gone. His 16th home run of the season. A 2-run shot, and Toronto piling up the runs tonight on Rick Porcello. They have blasted 2 home runs. Grichuk with number 16.
Well, we saw it last night. We see it again tonight. This is what he does. He gets extra base hits. He's got a short, compact swing. He got off to a terrible start. But it's all turned around after he went on a rehab assignment. That ball's right in his happy house.
And the night is going to be over for Rick Porcello, coming off his magnificent performance against the Yankees. In this one, he fails to get it out in the 5th inning. Brandon Workman coming on. And the Red Sox now with work to do again. It is 7-4 Toronto. Let's toss it down to Guerin.
Thanks, Obi. Well, earlier today, Chris Sale threw a bullpen, and he said that he feels good and he is prepared to make his start on Sunday. Here's more from Sale.
It's kind of been the only positive side to this for me, on my end anyways. You know, catching my breath, getting a breather. Unfortunately, you don't want it to be like this, but you know, things happen. This is sports. There's going to be little nicks and knacks and some things you got to take care of throughout the year. And fortunately for myself, I got a good squad taking care of me. You know, in the training room, in the weight room, those guys, best in the business. So we were confident the whole way.
How nice was it to have both your starts, the ones that you missed last night and last Thursday, turn out to be wins?
It's even bigger. Not only do you not want somebody doing your job, you don't want your team losing in the process of that. I thought Brian's pitched really well the whole year, and he's kind of had a crazy role, starting in the bullpen, back to starting, and we've thrown a lot at him. He's done a really good job with that. So obviously appreciative of him stepping up for that.
How sharp did you feel today?
Good. I felt a little weird, obviously, getting off the mound for the first time, spinning stuff, throwing some changeups. Field pitches were off a little bit early, but it's as expected. Arm feels good. That's the main step in all this.
OB Alex Cora said that Sale looked good, and he actually looked more aggressive than usual.
That's hard to believe, isn't it?
Yeah, nobody wants to see that if you're facing him.
He is ready to go. Rick Porcello knocked out very early here tonight. But as different a performance as you can have from the last time he was on the mound. So the Red Sox, who made it a habit to come back on people, have to do it again. Nobody out here as Solarte leads off. He is grounded out twice, 0 for 2.
It was an odd situation in the Red Sox bullpen when Hembree was up first, warming up. Then he sat down and Workman got up. Don't see that happen often.
And Brandon with his 24th appearance, and that is up the middle cleanly for a base hit. So Solarte is on, and that means the first 4 batters here in the 5th inning have all reached on hits for Toronto. Hernandez will be next. He's belted a home run tonight. Teoscar Hernandez struck out looking in the 1st inning and hit a 2-out home run in the 3rd, a solo shot. Going after the first one, hits a mile-high pop-up into right field. And Mookie Betts there to make that catch. That is the first out.
Tomorrow at 6:30, don't miss Red Sox Game Day Live presented by DCU. Adam and Lenny will preview tomorrow's matchup between Nathan Eovaldi and Dylan Bundy. DCU, Digital Federal Credit Union. What can DCU save you?
Nathan Eovaldi has allowed no runs in 15 innings since joining the Red Sox. He's coming off a spectacular performance against the Yankees. 8 innings, 1 walk, 3 hits, no runs. Martin in this one with a walk and a run. He's also struck out, runner on at first base.
Well, it was night and day for Rick Porcello, right? The great start against the Yankees, and then just kind of a stinker tonight for him. Happens. Can't be great every time you run out there.
Well, Red Sox trying to get him off the hook tonight. Still plenty of time to do that.
This game is not that easy.
Yankees have a 7-3 lead on Texas. They're in the bottom of the 6th inning.
You know, the funny thing about Porcello is he sits there contemplating what happened to him tonight. He doesn't even care about the loss. I bet he feels like he deserves a loss, but he also realizes that he's got a team that can probably come back and win this game.
Well, no doubt.
Wow.
Red Sox scored 10 runs each of the first 2. That pitch, I think, rubbed Workman the wrong way.
How is it a ball? Ooh.
It has been a very tight plate from Jump Street tonight. Solarte with the dive back. Two balls, 2 strikes, and 1 down. Got a piece of that.
Wasn't worried too much about Solarte at first trying to steal. Does have 1 stolen base on the season. He's been caught twice. Guy has a reputation of not running out ground balls. Why would he steal second?
Martin, a guy who can still hit the ball out of the ballpark if you make a mistake. He does have 10 home runs. Runner holding. 3-2.
Right now, Workman's breaking ball is so wicked, it's breaking off of the plate. He can't keep it on the plate to get a called strike out of it. Make a little adjustment there.
And came on. He got the first out. He got Hernandez. Routine fly to right. Runner takes off. Swung on and missed. Here's the throw down the tag, and he's out. So a strike him out, throw him out. Double play. Solarte, who does not run
ever.
Red Sox cut him down 7-4 Toronto.
Look at this. This is a stolen base attempt by Solarte. Nice throw right on the money by Leon. Watch the great jump Solarte had, but he's just not fast enough to steal bases. He's got no business trying to steal a base right there because Workman is pretty slow to the plate.
Solarte cut down, strike him out, throw him out. Sandy Leon will lead off here in the 6th inning. Red Sox trailing 7-4. Jaime Garcia out of their bullpen. Former starter now working out of the pen. On in relief of Baraki, who did not pitch great by any measure, but he went long enough to pick up a win. Five innings, 4 runs, 9 hits. He was hard hit.
Yeah.
Sandy Leon is 0 for 2. And Hector Velasquez going to the Sox pen. Red Sox have a decision to make on Saturday who they're going to pitch in Game 2. They have not announced who will follow David Price, who will go in Game 1 at 1 o'clock in Baltimore. Chris Sale will go on Sunday at 1. So that decision is yet to be made. Jackie Bradley on deck, and then Mookie Betts, who is a home run shy of the cycle, having been up 3 times. As a high fly down the line, that's driven deep. Hernandez heading into the corner to the wall, and he'll make the play right up against the fence. So 1 away. Introducing the new Dunkin' Run menu. Delicious afternoon snacks for $2 like donut fries, pretzel bites, and ham and cheese roll-ups. America runs on Dunkin'. Price and participation may vary. It's a limited time offer.
Sandy thought he might have had one there. If he had a couple more bites of steak for lunch, maybe.
328 down that left field line. Jackie Bradley 0 for 2. And a little trickler here. The pitcher, Garcia, will fire a strike to get him. 2 fast outs in the 6th inning. Top of the order now, Mookie. Go back to Brock Holt, the last man to hit for the cycle for the Red Sox June 16 of 2015 at Fenway Park. And there was the home run off of the monster seats, and right now that's the one that Mookie Betts is lacking. He singled in the 1st inning, tripled in the 2nd inning, and doubled in the 4th inning. .26 home runs for Mookie. And the Red Sox need a jolt right now. Got a home run from J.D. Martinez in the 5th. Solo shot, his 35th. Benintendi on deck. 2 out in the 6th. You do not see many cycles, do you?
Nope. Used to be more rare than a no-hitter.
You know, the other day in a minor league game, 2 players from the same team in Indianapolis hit for the cycle in the same game.
What?
Yes.
Unheard of.
1-2. Skipped it up there. Seven runs, 7 hits for Toronto, 4 runs on 9 hits for the Sox. A lot of hard hit balls tonight, several by this man, Mookie Betts.
Time to hit another one hard.
Full count on Mookie.
Everything away from him. They don't want to put anything middle in that he handles so well.
And Garcia with the 3-2, and he'll walk him. So Mookie Betts aboard for the 4th time. This coming with 2 down. Time for a game break. Brought to you by Jordan's, the furniture store of the Boston Red Sox. Here's Tom Caron. Wow.
121.
No shock it's off his bat.
He's been hitting a home run every day lately.
Benintendi an infield hit. He's 1 for 3. 2 away with Mookie Betts aboard. Benintendi ran his hitting streak to 8 in a row with the single in the 1st inning. Sitting around .430 during the life of the streak. He looks at a strike. He had a couple of doubles last night, tied for the team lead, and 8th in the majors with 32 doubles. And Mookie with the lead at first base, and time is granted. Their starter already out of the ball game. So is the Red Sox starter Rick Porcello.
I'll tell you, I would really like to have seen that home run by Stanton at 121.7 miles an hour. That ball that JD hit out of here was a rocket shot, and his was only 108.
Garcia from the set. Here comes the 1-2. Another stop by Martin, who's always done that very, very well. One of the better blockers in the game. In fact, two of the very best catching in this one, Sandy Leon and Russell Martin. 2-2.
See the gold Rawlings emblem on his chest. Signifies a Gold Glove winner.
Betts holding big swing. Just got a piece of it.
Cutter right there, looks like, and Benny was all over it, just couldn't quite square it up.
Top of the 6th inning, Red Sox trailing by 3 runs in a bid to sweep Toronto. On a ground ball to first. Smoke's been busy over there. He snags that, and that'll retire the side. 1 man left. New England Ford dealers. LL Bean. If it's outside, we're all in. Be an outsider. And buy Toyota's official website for deals. Buyatoyota.com. Toronto, beautiful city. Roof closed here tonight at Rogers Center. Toronto on top 7-4. Red Sox go back to the bullpen as Diaz will lead off and Hector Velasquez becomes the new pitcher. Now Alex Cora is talking about Saturday with the doubleheader coming up and Price to go in game 1. Game 2 is going to be a bullpen game, and he never mentioned Hector directly, but I think the assumption was that he was going to pitch in that game, may very well start it, but tonight would dictate what happens on Saturday in that game. So Velasquez is in now. We'll see what is to come in Baltimore on Saturday.
Well, if this is actually Hector's side day to pitch and he hadn't got his side work in, they could use it in the ball game. If he goes extended innings, then you would not see him come back on Saturday and start. If he only has to go 1 or 2, you may see him.
He hasn't pitched since the 31st of July against the Phillies.
Now, hasn't pitched at all this month.
So this is all we know about the matchups to come. A lot of TBDs in there. Two on to Diaz. Bogart's in, up and over. One out in the bottom of the 6th.
Well, tonight after Red Sox coverage on NESN Sports Today, we're going to have a full recap of tonight's game, plus highlights and reaction from Patriots' first preseason game against the Redskins. NESN Sports Today is presented by People's United Bank, where the technology is as helpful as the people.
Now, one point to make about the doubleheader: the Red Sox can add an additional man by rule. Alex Cora, though, alluded to wanting to bring another position player up, not a pitcher. Always subject to change. Pilar flirting with a bunt, went for it, in fact, and that's strike one.
Did he elaborate on his thinking there?
Not who it would be, but preferring a position player in that instance.
I think, I mean, this organization and Alex Cora very overly cautious with injuries, and you have a few guys coming back from injuries. Might want to protect some of those guys, not have them play both games of a doubleheader.
Pilar 0 for 2 as he will pop this one up. Is it playable? It will not be. Over the top of the netting. We know this, that Ian Kinsler will not be returning to the Red Sox at the earliest until they go to Philadelphia. So he will not be with the club in Baltimore. So he makes his way back from a hamstring. One out, bases empty, and the 0-2 from the right-hander. Lined into right, closing on it though, Mookie Betts for the second out.
And it probably won't be Tony Renda either, because he has to stay down for 10 days because there's no injury involved.
Red Sox end of summer family pack is back August 20th through the 22nd. Special ticket offer. You can take the whole family to Fenway and get free parking at the Pruse Center Garage, free Boston Duck Tour shuttle ride to and from Fenway, a free hot dog and fountain soda with every ticket, courtesy of Aramark. For more information, go to redsox.com/familypack. And here is Granderson with a walk and a run. He's also flied out and struck out tonight. 2 fast outs here in the 6th inning. In the 7th, the Red Sox will have due up Pierce, J.D. Martinez, and Xander Bogaerts. Down by 3 at the moment. Yankees still on top of Texas 7-3. They're now in the bottom of the 7th. And he pumps that one in there at 91. So the Red Sox now a couple of men into the bullpen. Rick Porcello with a very short outing, just 4 innings tonight. Red Sox trying to battle back and get him off the hook. They have out hit Toronto 9-7. That one roped to right, and a fair ball just inside the chalk. That'll carry him back to Mookie Betts. That'll be 2 bases for Curtis Granderson. Just barely inside that line for a double.
Well, he just hooks that. You can see the turf turds, as they call them, those black pieces of rubber that are down into the turf there, come flying up when that ball hits the turf.
Is that what they call them?
Turf turds, yeah.
No idea.
Learn something new every day. Right?
Oh, you bring it, man.
I didn't say necessarily from me, just
I
in
hear
general.
you. I know. Devin Travis has gone 1 for 2 with a base hit, but he's also walked and scored. He scored 2 times.
I was talking to Xander Bogaerts earlier today. He hates the turf here. It's one of the reasons why also Alex Cora is trying to get guys in and out of this 3-game series. He said the turf is really hard on your legs here.
The biggest reason got Devers out of there after 1 game. A mile high pop down the left field line, 3 men giving chase. Nunez watches that one into the box seats. It's our hero from last night, that ball attendant who was just spectacular defensively.
He hasn't had any opportunities today. No plays.
Clearly everyone's making an effort to keep it away from him.
He's begging.
That's a young man who has a great time at his job, huh?
Well, kind of a good gig.
That's a great gig, but he's also an outstanding fielder. Runner at second. Go back to last night and watch him work.
There's a line drive down the alley there, and he knew no one else was going to catch it. In fact, we saw a couple balls go over there where no one else caught it.
Can we give him a name? What would you call him? Well, let's call him Eddie. Eddie is good. Eddie's rangy.
Eddie gets it done.
Two and two on Travis. Justin Smoke on deck. Toronto with a 7-4 lead. And they have been fighting back themselves throughout the series and scoring runs. Red Sox are going to have to explode again as they did in the first 2 games here. And Velasquez with a 2-2. Knocked the other way, but foul.
Velasquez's MO at this point, usually high fastball, go 4-seamer up in the zone, try to get Travis to chase. Obviously, these Blue Jays have seen all the film on Velasquez too. They know that's what he's going to try to do. Either you got to lay off that pitch or find a way to get on top of it and hit it.
Velasquez trying to finish him off on a line shot into left field. That's down for a base hit. Here comes the run. Granderson trying to score. Throw to the plate will be cut out in front. They own down to second and safe there as Granderson scores to make it 8-4. Devin Travis with his second hit tonight. This one for an RBI. And he hustles into second base to boot.
Well, as a throw on Benintendi, he gets handcuffed a little bit by that ball. And then the throw offline. So Leon tries to come away from home plate. He knows he has no chance in Granderson. He's hoping to get Travis at second.
We came off the base, though, and the Red Sox are going to challenge this. They want to review it, and they're about to.
I think he did come off. As long as Holt kept the tag on him, he should be out.
Well, Brock Holt thought he did. And if he is, that'll be the 3rd out in the inning. So the play is under review. They're watching in New York. Let's give you another look.
Initially safe. Keep that tag right on him. And look, now he's off the base. But I don't know if Brock's glove was still on him. Does Brock hold the tag? Can't see from that angle.
And he is going to be ruled out. He is out on review. The play is overturned. Out number 3, but another run in. MLB At Bat is your #1 Red Sox app. Customize your experience to catch every moment. Get Red Sox home screen icons and more. Download MLB At Bat today. Red Sox are down 8-4. Clippard, their new pitcher, Tyler Clippard, a right-hander. Fastball, changeup, splitter, and slider. And often used. So this will be his 56th appearance. First man to test him will be Steve Pearce, who's 0 for 2 with a walk. And then Martinez and Bogarts in the 7th.
Clippard's been a guy who's had to adjust his career. He was always a closer. Now he's not. Finds himself into many more games in situations like this.
Talking with Steve before the game about the incredibly successful baseball program at South Carolina, where he played. He played his college ball. Of course, Jackie Bradley did too. And so did the first baseman for Toronto, Justin Smoke. All standouts there, all great college players. Really one of the premier college baseball programs in America.
Who won the College World Series this year?
You know, I figured you might bring that up. I know you're very proud.
Wasn't South Carolina.
No.
Wasn't Arkansas.
All great schools.
Those Oregon State Beavers.
2-1 rattled right back to Clippard. He'll fire on to get him. So one fast out after the game. Stay tuned for the Red Sox final presented by Rodenheiser Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electric with TC and Eck. In the pregame, they highlighted on a Rodenheiser heat zone. Andrew Benintendi is cooking. Barucki is cold, and he certainly was tonight. Did go 5, but the Red Sox knocked him around, although he could win it. JD Martinez homered off him in the 5th inning. He got out of here very quickly to left field. His 35th of the year, his 99th RBI. So now an 8-game hitting streak for JD. And he has 7 hits in the series.
Here's the home run he hit, but don't blink or you're not going to see it get out of the ballpark.
Sounded gone.
Yes.
Two nothing. JD leading everyone in home runs, RBI, also in total bases, and he has passed Mookie Betts in the American League for slugging percentage as the #1. Well, Mookie in this one does have 3 hits, including a triple and a double. The appeal, no swing, says Meals. So hitters count 3-1 on JD. Bogarts on deck.
It's not a lot of great options to throw JD in this situation.
Went for it, fouled it away.
JD a little bit late on this pitch, probably didn't fully commit to a fastball. That ball just gets in.
Sox with 9 hits, Toronto with 9 hits. 3-2 and foul tipped and held by Martin to complete the K. 2 up and 2 down. Red Sox season ticket plans for 2019 are going on sale Wednesday, August 15th. New plans include access to potential 2018 postseason games. For more, go to redsox.com/season tickets. Xander Bogaerts has drawn a couple of walks tonight. He's also flied to right. And he's trying to get on a hot streak. At the moment, he has a 3-game hitting streak. Bases empty, 2 down. Red Sox are down by 4. We are in the 7th. Red Sox traveling tonight, heading for Baltimore. 4 games after that, 2 in Philly, and then back home to Fenway. And when the Red Sox do return to Boston, it'll be on the 17th of August for a homestand against Tampa Bay and the Cleveland Indians. We get a look at the Indians for the first time all year in the middle of August.
It's a pretty good club, too.
Cross for a strike. Yeah, it's a first place ball club, of course. Terry Francona's team with a 10-game lead on Minnesota. They have the biggest lead in baseball in their division. Red Sox are second, up by 9 over the Yankees. Hit sharply, but Solarte down to get that on a wicked line drive. He makes the play, and the Red Sox go 1-2-3. Now bottom of the 7th inning, 8-4 Toronto. And the Blue Jays will bring up Smoke, Grichuk, and Solarte. This guy could not be any hotter than he is right now. Smoke with his 3rd hit of the ball game. He had 3 hits last night. 13-game hitting streak. He's absolutely on fire. Now Canada loves the Red Dog get well. So everybody's sentiments here in Toronto. Red Sox fans everywhere. I'm sure we'll see a lot of those signs when we head on to Baltimore for those 4 games.
Sure, hoping for a speedy recovery.
Grichuk with a ground ball. Bogaerts down for it. Into hold 1 on to first. Double play. Nicely turned by the Red Sox. 2 gone.
You watch Bogey go down to 2 knees. I don't have a problem with that. A lot of times you'll see a shortstop go to 1 knee. He wanted to make sure he kept the ball in front of him and caught it. The throw on to hold is the easy part after you make the play. Nice turn by those two.
Solarte is 1 for 3 with a base hit. He's also been caught stealing. He was with San Diego 2 years ago. Solarte lost his 31-year-old wife to cancer. The couple have 3 very young daughters. He did return to the Padres. He said mainly to fulfill his late wife's wish that he continue his baseball career. He was traded to Toronto in January. Had a good year last year, 18 home runs for San Diego.
Got off to a great start this season. 17 homers this year with the 53 RBIs, but the average has dipped down to 234.
1-2. Two down, bases empty, 7th inning. And starting to get a little bit late here if the Red Sox are going to sweep the Blue Jays, and they have a lot of work to do. Sox will have due up in the 8th inning Nunez, Holt, and Sandy Leon. Game got off to a very promising start. Red Sox got 2 runs in the top of the 1st inning. Little flare here out in left center. Jackie Bradley running on. Benintendi coming, and Jackie will make the grab. And the side is retired here in the 7th. Love is now bigger than ever this summer. Southwest Airlines, low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency. And by exciting games, tasty dining, great live shows. Enjoy it all at Plain Ridge Park Casino. We're moving out of the 8th inning. This is Tepera out of their bullpen for his 49th appearance, 5-4. Nunez looking for his 4th hit. He has singled 3 times and driven in 2 runs. The last time we saw Tepera, he was a very angry man. He was being thrown out of the ball game in game 1. Popped up off the end of the bat, foul ground. Pitcher trying to get in on, but the catcher Martin will make the play. And Nunez is retired for the first time tonight. 1 out.
Tepera was not very happy about a pitch that he threw that he thought should have been called a strike to JD Martinez later in that at bat. JD bombed a 3-run shot. Tepera got himself kicked out of the game.
Bracco 1 for 3 RBI single in the 5th inning.
Usually in a situation like that, the pitcher's mad at himself for throwing this pitch right down Broadway on a 2-0 count.
Especially to that hitter.
Yeah.
Who's going to do that?
Look at him. Look how mad he is as soon as that ball goes out of the yard. Screaming at the umpire. The umpire saying, I didn't throw that pitch.
It was Ed Hickox who had the plate at the time, and he did not hear very much more than that before throwing Tepera out of the ball game. 1-2 to Brock. He'll pop that one up into short left. Diaz out. Hernandez creeping in. 2 away. There was Tepera finally getting run.
Yeah, there's only so much time you can spend getting in an umpire's face while nothing else is going on during the game. And then there's a little bump right there too. You can't really make contact. I'm surprised there was nothing said about that.
Yeah, haven't seen anything yet.
Yeah, you can't make contact with an umpire. You can't come up and chest him.
That's right. Sandy Leon 0 for 3. He has flied out all 3 times tonight. He flies this one to right field. So he will be 0 for 4, and the Red Sox go pretty quietly in the 8th inning. Still 8-4 Toronto.
Enter for a chance to win a dream baseball vacation in the Hit the Road with Nesson sweepstakes. One lucky winner will receive a 2-night baseball vacation for 2 in Atlanta. You'll get 2 tickets to Georgia Aquarium, 2 tickets to the College Football Hall of Fame, plus meet Nesson's game announcers at the ballpark. Go to Nesson.com/Southwest and enter the Hit the Road with Nesson sweepstakes. Contest ends August 16th. Air travel provided by Southwest Airlines. Low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency.
Here's how Old Dominion puts together a winning performance. It takes precision, like how we're #1 in claims prevention. It takes hustle, like our over 99% on-time rate. And it takes consistently going the distance to earn our fans' loyalty. That's why we're #1 in customer satisfaction. Old Dominion, official freight carrier of Major League Baseball.
Sometimes a day at the ballpark is more than just a day at the ballpark.
All military members stand and be recognized.
Sometimes fans cheer for those who wear a different uniform. No matter where or when you served, T-Mobile stands ready to serve you. That's why we're providing half-off family lines to all military.
Restless spirits, and for those who thirst for more, Coors Light is colder, cleaner, and crisper to refresh you for what's next. Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer.
Get expert emergency care without leaving the ballpark at the Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center. First aid stations at Fenway behind Section 12 on the lower concourse. You can visit bidmc.org. Tyler Thornburg coming out of the bullpen. He becomes the 3rd Red Sox reliever. Teoscar Hernandez ripped a home run in the 3rd inning. Then a couple of them in the ball game for Toronto. Blue Jays got 2 in the first, single runs in the second and third, got 3 in the fifth, another in the sixth inning. That'll be popped down the line and out of play. Red Sox did strike first tonight, but they're down by 4 and they've been out hit 10-9.
Red Sox rarely lose a game where they score first. Got 2 in the first and weren't able to hold on to it. Porcello had been so good on the road this year too. 8-1.
Hasn't had many off nights, that's for sure, with a record of 14-4 coming into 3.84 ERA. Obviously he's having an outstanding year, coming off an absolutely brilliant start against the Yankees. He's had a couple of off nights against Toronto.
Yeah. Well, I won't have to worry much about him anymore. Not this year.
Well, they still have one more trip to make into Fenway. It'll be the middle of September. That's part of a run where most of the Red Sox games will be at home in there for strike 3. Puts away Hernandez. In fact, 15 of the last 21 for the Red Sox are at Fenway Park to end the season, including those last 3 against the Yankees.
Should be fun.
Here's Russell Martin. He's walked. He's also struck out twice. Last of the 8th inning.
Yeah, the Yankees always travel so well with their fans, especially down into Fenway Park. I wonder if the Yankees don't have a chance to win the division, how well they'll travel down there, knowing that their best opportunity is only going to be a wild card shot.
Well, they do have an opportunity to gain back a game tonight.
Yep.
They have an 8th inning lead in their game. Big swing, home run cut there by Martin.
We talked about it before. They will not roll over and die and go away. They're going to keep coming. Big breaking ball out of Thornburg right there. That's one of his bread and butter pitches. It's a good sign to see that.
1-2. Tyler finished off Tuesday night's extra inning win at Toronto, though he did give up a 2-run homer to Pilar. Still, since the 22nd of July, his ERA is 2.84. A wave and a miss, and down he goes hacking on the curveball. Time of the carrying the freight moment now, brought to you by Old Dominion.
Grichuk with his short, compact swing, so tight, quick, boom. Seen that on back-to-back nights now. Nice play by a guy in the stands there, but Grichuk starting to feel pretty good about himself.
Old Dominion, the official freight carrier of Major League Baseball and the Red Sox. Diaz 1 for 3, a base hit. Now the Sox in the 9th inning have Jackie Bradley, Mookie Betts, and Andrew Benintendi due up. They're down by 4 at the moment, but Mookie Betts has an opportunity to hit for the cycle. He would need the home run. His first 3 at bats, single, triple, double. He's also taken a walk tonight. Here's the 0-2. Sox trying to keep alive their 6-game winning streak, push it to 7. But we'll need one of their great comebacks of the year to do it. High and tight to spin him around. He ran it in on Diaz at 93.
This one just gets away from him a little bit. Watch it ride up and in on Diaz. He got out of the way in plenty of time, but those are scary.
3-2. Kevin Pillar would hit next. There's a base hit to left field. Second of the night for Diaz. Toronto has 11. He swung the bats pretty well tonight. Well, hit the Boston Common for the 5th annual Out of the Park event coming up on Sunday. It's completely free, so You know, if he could, Steve would be there. Come watch the Sox take on the Orioles on the big screen. Presented by the Highland Street Foundation, the City of Boston, LL Bean, and the Red Sox. For more, go to redsox.com/out-of-the-park.
Well, in a way, we will be there on the big screen.
We'll be on TV. That's right. Drop by, say hello. Hope the weather will be great. Red Sox will have Chris Sale on the mound. He'll be returning to the rotation. He'll be taking on the Orioles. Pilar has gone 0 for 3. He's going to loop that one into right field down for a base hit. That'll advance Diaz to second. He stops there. Back-to-back 2-out singles for Toronto.
I was on a changeup from Tyler Thornburg. We've seen his breaking ball. It looks pretty good today. Just a teeny bit worried about the velocity that Thornburg's throwing up there. I know he's still trying to come back. It's been a couple years since he pitched, but he's got a bunch of appearances under his belt now. His numbers, as you said, are coming down, the ERA numbers. But today we're seeing a velocity of 93 tops. He used to be a mid-90s to 97, 98 sometimes guy. We'll see if he's still just trying to build up strength.
Granderson has walked and scored, double and scored. 1 for 3 tonight. So Toronto looking for more, up 8-4. Bottom of the 8th inning. Frankly, they have swung the bats pretty well all series, haven't they?
Yes, they have. We outslugged them the first couple of games.
Diaz at second, Pilar at first. Thornburg trying to get out of the inning without a run. Fastball there at 92. Sox tonight playing game number 116. Check swing and he fouled it away. Didn't mean to. So that evens the count. 2-2 on Curtis Granderson. See if he comes back with a curveball on the 2-2 pitch. Fastball instead, but he missed. So all filled up with 2 away. The runners will be on the move with Travis next. But Diaz and Pilar will get the head start. There goes the runner from second to third. Nobody there at third base anyway. Just picks it up. Diaz practically walked into third base.
It's not an uncommon thing that you see in the game today when you're playing a shift like that. Nothing Nunez can do about it. It's almost like they don't care.
Stolen base. And a wave and a miss for strike 3. He gets him in strands 2. Ahead of the 9th, 8-4 Toronto. 7 earned over 4. Their starter, Barucki, he gave up 9 hits and 4 earned runs in 5 innings. So the bullpens have been heavy in this one. JD Martinez has cranked his 35th home run. Jackie Bradley lifting a high fly ball to right field. On the move is Grichuk in fair territory. 1 pitch, 1 down in the Red Sox 9th, and that'll send up Mookie Betts. Time for Built for Baseball, presented by T-Mobile.
Well, let's check out his night so far. Single in the very first inning, first hitter of the game. He gets things going for the Red Sox. Then just drills the ball. Pilar had a shot at this. It was off his glove. It bounces off the wall, and it's a triple. And his next at bat right down the line and off the wall. What else is new? A double. 3 hits.
Home run shy of the cycle. Facing Ken Giles out of their bullpen. He was acquired from the Houston Astros in the Roberto Osuna deal on July 30. Off the outside, a ball, a strike on Mookie. Benintendi on deck.
Giles is an erratic closer. Can throw it 100. Nasty breaking ball. Doesn't always throw it over the plate.
Red Sox looking for base runners here in the 9th inning, down by 4. This is the finale of the 3-game series. That'll miss for a ball. So 3-1. Will he get a strike to hit? Brock Holt, the last man to hit for the cycle for the Red Sox.
Throwing down the middle. Let's see how far it goes. Ooh.
97, and he had a cut.
Ooh. Mookie knows that he had a good pitch to hit in a good situation, and he just didn't square it up.
And he was shaking his head toward the Red Sox dugout like a little bit of a smile, but he knew he had a pitch to drive. 3-2. High fly ball left field. That's deep. Back it goes. It is gone. Mookie Betts has hit for the cycle. That's another thing you can check off the list of this magnificent season for Mookie Betts. He has hit for the cycle here in Toronto. How about that $1 million smile of many millions?
Yeah. I'll tell you, I've never seen a guy that can adjust as well as he does. He gets a fastball at 97 miles an hour that he thinks he should have hit, and then he gets a curveball hung in his eyes that he hits out of the ballpark anyway.
He is some kind of special. Some kind of special.
Jeez. Watch this. Big breaking ball. 3-2 count. Up in his eyes. Oh, my goodness. He just pulverizes that thing. He knows.
His 27th home run of the season.
Deep into the night.
And he saves the home run for last with 1 out in the 9th inning. That is awesome. Fouled back by Andrew Benintendi, who's gone 1 for 4.
Yeah, and that's a word that is so overused. You rarely use it. You break it out when you need it. That is awesome what he's done.
Well, you could see all those great smiles by his teammates and the staff down in the dugout. So happy for him. You know, realizing that's a very personal accomplishment. Gets the Red Sox a little bit closer, but it's so rare to see in sports. So rare to see in a game today.
And the best thing about this ball club right now, with the lead they have and the way they play every day and the way they've played so far this season, do they want to lose a game? No. But can they afford to? Yeah.
Benintendi cuts and misses, and he strikes out.
Now, this is a team that can afford to celebrate an individual's accomplishment, even though they're most likely going to lose the game.
You know, you think about the 3 home run games, you think about the sensational catches, the statistics that are off the charts for Mookie Betts. You know, he's the #1 hitter in the American League.
There's nothing he can't do.
But he hadn't done that, you know. Hitting for the cycle. 8-5 game here in the 9th inning, and 2 down. Mitch Moreland, the batter.
Now, Mookie probably looks at this night as a little bit of a disappointment in the fact that he was on base 5 times, but he only scored 2 runs. He loves those runs. It was a great night for him maybe to score more runs, and his teammates weren't able to drive him in as many times as he had hoped.
Man, you hit for the cycle. Can there be a trace of disappointment? I can't believe that.
Just in not being able to score some more runs. Sure, you did your job.
Base hit in the 1st, the triple in the 2nd, double in the 4th. He did walk in the 6th inning, and the home run in the 9th. And a 2-0 will miss. So ball 3 on Mitch Moreland. With JD Martinez on deck, JD has blasted a home run tonight. And the Red Sox still have a chance here. With 3-0. Taking all the way. It feels like you see a no-hitter more often than you see a guy hit for the cycle these days. The 3-1. All filled up now, Mitch Moreland.
You know, the triple is the hard one to get for a guy who's a power hitter, and the home run's the hard one to get for a guy who can get a triple. Mookie can do it all.
Now the crowd up here in Toronto, the Blue Jay fans trying to will their team to a victory. Red Sox have won the series. And it is in there for a strike 3. Moreland not too pleased with the home plate umpire Morales, but that's how the ball game comes to an end. Red Sox fall here tonight. Final score 8-5. But TC, we saw something very special nonetheless. Red Sox about to head on to Baltimore, and Mookie Betts hits for the cycle.